In the 1970s, a man began appearing on television who claimed he could do something that at the time seemed completely impossible. And what made it even more unsettling that he wasn't presenting a trick or an illusion or entertainment. He said it was real. His name was Uri Geller, and his ability was simple, at least on the surface. He could bend metal with his mind. During live demonstrations, Geller would hold a spoon or key between his fingers and barely apply any pressure, and as people watched, the metal would begin to soften, warp, and slowly bend, as if it were losing its structure in real time. Sometimes he wouldn't even touch it. He'd just stare at the object, and it would appear to change on its own. What made this different from a magic trick was the way that he presented it. He didn't call himself a magician, he claimed he had psychic abilities. And for a while, people believed him. Geller became a global phenomenon, appearing on television shows, performing in front of live audiences, and even convincing some scientists that what he was doing deserved serious study. At one point, he was invited to a research facility to be tested under controlled conditions. The idea was simple. If his abilities were real, they should still work, without any opportunity for trickery. And according to some reports, he succeeded. Objects bent, drawings were transmitted between rooms, results were documented. But not everyone was convinced, because there was one group of people watching Geller very, very closely. Magicians. And unlike the general public, magicians weren't impressed. They were suspicious, because what Geller was doing looked familiar, very familiar. The bending, the timing, the way he handled objects, the moments where he drew attention just away from his hands. These were techniques used in stage magic. One of the most vocal critics was James Randi, a professional magician who made his mission to expose the supernatural claims. Randi insisted that everything Geller was doing could be replicated using standard sleight of hand. No psychic powers required. The tension between them grew quickly. This wasn't just because it was about performance, it was about what people believed. Then came the turning point. Geller appeared on a live television show where the host was working with the skeptics behind the scenes, and they made sure that Geller had no control over the objects he would use. No preparation, no setup. And for the first time, nothing happened. Spoons didn't bend. Demonstrations failed. And Geller, visibly uncomfortable, blamed it on pressure, saying his abilities didn't always work on command. For some people, that was enough to confirm their doubts. For others, it didn't change anything. Because even after being challenged, tested, and criticized, Geller continued to perform, and continued to convince people. Which leaves a strange kind of question. If everything he did was a trick, then it was an incredibly effective one. Powerful enough to convince even audiences, scientists, entire television networks. But even if a small part of it wasn't, then it suggests something else entirely. That maybe the real ability wasn't bending the metal, it was bending belief.